Hello everybody, welcome back. New video for you, new haircut, new set. I hope it looks a bit more professional. I would have set up a mic, but that would have taken a bit too long, and I don't need to sound that professional. What was I going to say? Oh yes, this is a video about if I had a promotion, how I'd run my shit. I'll start off with titles because titles are somewhat underutilized in wrestling, I feel, today. Just look at the WWE and TNA and all that. And, I mean, there are 3 world fucking titles in WWE and 2 tag titles, and you know, there doesn't need to be more than 1 world title or 1 major title. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yes, the titles would be heavyweight title, tag titles, junior heavyweight title, 6-man tag title. 6-man tag is a unique choice and would be a key feature of my promotion. Oh, I should add right now that for discussion's sake, let's say my promotion had weekly TV and 6 pay-per-views per year, and it's based out of Australia, which is here. Australia. Yeah, the 6-man tag titles would be a key, or an integral. The roster would be about 40 to 45 people, and it would be very rotational with me, the foreign stars, and I'll try to have at least 50% of the roster being from overseas, because you know it pisses me off that the WWE is world wrestling entertainment, and you know they only have there's only like a smattering of guys who are from outside the United States or Canada. It's the same thing in promotion, but I'd try to bring in a lot of different influences from a lot of different places. Try to keep the wrestling fresh. Anyway, 6-man tag titles. I think it's an interesting concept, and 6-man and it would be very high-paced wrestling style for the 6-man tag titles. But I feel what would be best about it would be you'd be able to use it to put over younger guys and keep older guys in the spotlight to an extent. And you could use their name value. So let's say someone's 45, a bit old to put on good matches by himself. You put him with 2 younger guys who are good enough, but they don't have that name value. You put them with him. He lends his name value to them. They win the tag titles together. They get a bit more over, and he keeps his position as a grizzled veteran or whatever. But as I said, it would be a high-paced wrestling style, so. And it would also mean that the old guy wouldn't get injured as often because he wouldn't be wrestling as much, and he would be able to stay out of the way. Or you could do it with 2 established guys, 2 guys in their prime, and a rookie or something, and it might be against 3 guys who are in their prime. There are lots of different dynamics you can do with 6-man tag wrestling, but the rookie, in case he botched and started messing up the match, they could tag him out, come back in, take over. The match quality wouldn't be deteriorated that bad, but then it would be a very spotty style, and you have to understand that's what a lot of people are into. So that's why I feel 6-man tag titles would be good, and it would be an integral part of the promotion. It's like, we're the only promotion or only major promotion do have tag or 6-man tag titles anymore. I think some in Mexico do, probably. Yeah, they do. But it would be a big deal because it's not commonly done, even though it should be, because it is a very good idea. Tag titles would also be a very free flow, like the 6-man tag titles. Sorry. And so you'd have 2 upper mid-carder guys who would never tag together, who tag up one day and start wrestling in the tag division, win the belt, or an established guy and a young guy. There wouldn't be many tag teams with their own tag team name like Eminem or the Dudley Boys or anything like that, because as I said, it would be a bit more free flow. And the tag titles to an extent would be the second tier titles of the promotion. Then we would have the junior heavyweight title, and the first thing I would do with this, instead of the limit being, or the cutoff limit being 100 kilograms, it would be 90, which is about 200 pounds for you people who don't use kilograms. So the cruiserweight division would be smaller, more high paced, but it wouldn't be very hard for them to move into that heavyweight division if they wanted to, and all that. And you'd find guys like, if Liger was wrestling for my promotion when he was younger, he may not have worked out, and the same thing with Marufuji. They get older, put on a bit more weight, they're into the heavyweight division because they're over enough to be a heavyweight. And that would be the idea about with the junior heavyweight title. There would be a lot of younger guys in it, and as they get older, they get a bit heavier, move up to heavyweight. If they didn't, well, they could stay in junior heavyweight. But the junior heavyweight title would be built up to have its own, to be very prestigious as well. And a second tier title, or even equivalent to the world title in its own right. But the world title, or the major title, or the heavyweight title, whatever, the promotions title, would be the most prestigious, obviously. And a lot of people don't know how to build a prestigious title. Do we put in a lot of defenses? Do we put in very few? The way you do it, or the way I would do it, not the way you can do it. You can do it many ways and make it seem prestigious. But there'd be long title runs, but very few defenses. Like 6, as I said, there would be 6. I would only need 6 pay-per-views, and it would be defended on pay-per-views. So people would pay to see that guy, and for 2 months you could build up a guy as the number 1 contender for the belt and make him seem legit. Have him, pin the champion in a tag match, or in a 6-man tag match, or something along those lines. Make him seem legit for 2 months. Put him in the pay-per-view and make people believe that he could beat this guy. I mean, obviously, as I said, there would be mostly longer title runs. You would also see short ones, which would only be 2 months or something. And occasionally you would have to put one on TV if someone got injured or something like that. And I'd probably have a lot of guys from other promotions win it. And you'll say, well, you're a fucking hypocrite, Matthew. You said that you don't like other guys from other promotions winning it. My theory behind this would be, with the way TNA did it was when they got Kurt Angle in, it was like, hey, look, we've got Kurt Angle. And then they started using him as representative of their company. I wouldn't do that. I would have someone come in from another company, whether it be through co-promotion, or he'd left another company to come over here. What would happen would be, he won the belt, and you'd build him as a prick from another company who's won our belt. It's like, you build up a loyal fan base of the promotion, your promotion. So when someone comes in from another company and wins a belt, they get shitted with them. It's like, hey, you represent something else. You don't represent our promotion. Blah blah blah. And you build up a feud like patriotism or whatever, or different promotion rivalries, like when the same as what they did with the Alliance angle, and they've done many angles in many places and shit like that. And then have the guy, and another thing would be, you wouldn't just have him get beaten by an established star who's one of your guys. It would be a rare opportunity to get a guy in with a big enough name to win a belt. So what you do is you have him win the belt, you have him beat some established stars, and then you build up a younger guy, and you have him beat that guy for the title. This guy from another promotion has run through all these other guys, but he's never faced this younger guy because he's been too busy beating up the established veterans who have previously won the belt. Blah 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 blah. He comes along, young guy, built up, and people put all their hope on his shoulders. He wins the belt. He becomes a hero. He gets over. A simple concept. I mean, you'd find there would be cases where it wouldn't work, but if it was done correctly, it would work. You'd have to push him, obviously, to the point where people felt he could win the belt, but not too far that they thought, he is going to win the belt. There has to be that overcoming the odds to an extent. With Hogan versus Andre, everyone's like, can Hogan beat Andre the Giant? It's possible he can, but will he? Because Andre the Giant's huge. Blah blah blah. You get the idea. Anything else I want to cover? Not especially, no. I'll be back with another video. It'd be a what if video. It's going to be a what if video. It'll be about something. Oh, that's right. It's about WCW and Eric Bischoff and the issues from the 90s. Well, actually early 2000s. Noughties, that's what they're called. Anyway, I'm out. Bye. What the fuck?